In the near future, you will own almost nothing. You won't own your music collection, your favorite movies, the software on your computer, or maybe even the car in your driveway. And the most surprising part of this radical shift? You're probably going to be happy about it. What if the entire concept of ownership, an idea that has defined wealth and status for centuries, is becoming obsolete? This isn't a distant, futuristic fantasy. It's a massive economic transformation happening right now, quietly replacing one-time purchases with invisible, recurring payments for nearly every aspect of our modern lives. Take a look at your monthly bank statement. It's a logbook of your life in the new economy. You'll likely see charges from Netflix, Spotify, Microsoft, Adobe, maybe a subscription for razors, coffee, or even clothes. This is the subscription economy. It is the tectonic shift from a world built on selling products to a world built on selling access. A generation ago, we bought CDs, DVDs, software in a box, and cars from a dealership. Each purchase was a distinct, final transaction. Today, we stream our media, our software updates itself from the cloud, and we increasingly lease our transportation. In this new world, the transaction is no longer the end of the customer relationship. It is the beginning. So why is this happening now? How did this business model escape the confines of magazines and software to start taking over physical goods? And what is the powerful underlying strategy that makes paying forever somehow more attractive than owning something outright? That's the question we're answering today. To understand the subscription economy, you first have to understand why businesses are so obsessed with it. It's a fundamentally better way to build a company. The traditional model of selling individual products is a roller coaster. It creates what's called transactional revenue. A customer buys a product, and the relationship ends. To make more money, you have to constantly hunt for the next new customer. It leads to lumpy sales quarters and a constant state of uncertainty. The subscription model changes the game entirely. First, it creates predictable, recurring revenue. Instead of a one-time spike, a business gets a steady, predictable stream of cash flow every single month. This is called monthly recurring revenue, or MRR. This predictability is a golden metric for investors. It makes a business easier to run, easier to finance, and dramatically more valuable. It's why subscription-based companies are often valued at many times the multiple of traditional companies with the same sales figures. Second, it dramatically increases customer lifetime value. Think of Adobe. In the old days, they might sell you a copy of Photoshop for $600. That was it. Today, you might pay $20 a month. That doesn't sound like much, but if you remain a customer for 5 years, you'll have paid them $1,200. The total value of each customer relationship skyrockets. Finally, it creates a direct relationship with the customer. When you bought a Microsoft Office CD from a retail store, Microsoft had no idea who you were. When you subscribe to Microsoft 365, they know everything. They have a direct channel to you, giving them invaluable data on how you use their products. This data is the fuel for innovation, allowing them to constantly improve the service and sell you more things over time. This economic model wouldn't work if it was only good for businesses. It has to provide immense value to us, the consumers. The reason we are so willing to give up ownership is that ownership itself has hidden costs. Ownership is a burden. When you own a car, you're responsible for a massive down payment, insurance, fuel, maintenance, and surprise repairs. When you own software, you had to pay a huge upfront cost, and your expensive product would be obsolete in 2 years. The subscription model offers a compelling set of benefits that solve these problems. First, a lower barrier to entry. Very few people can afford to pay $600 upfront for Photoshop, but many can afford $20 a month. Subscriptions democratize access to high-end goods and services, from professional software to luxury vehicles. Second is convenience and constant improvement. Your Spotify library is available on every device you own, all the time. Your Netflix queue is always up to date. The software you use is never the old version. It is constantly being improved in the background without you having to do a thing. The service gets better, not older. Finally, it offers unprecedented variety and flexibility. You don't want to own 1,000 CDs. You want access to every song ever recorded. You don't want to own a library of DVDs. You want access to thousands of movies and TV shows. The value proposition has shifted from the depth of owning a few things to the breadth of accessing almost everything. The focus moves from owning assets to achieving outcomes. You don't really want a drill, you just want a hole in the wall. The concept of a subscription is not new. People have subscribed to newspapers and magazines for over a century. So why is this model exploding right now? The answer is a trifecta of technological breakthroughs. The first and most important is cloud computing. The cloud is the engine of the subscription economy. It allows companies like Netflix, Spotify, and Salesforce to deliver and update their services to hundreds of millions of users instantly, anywhere in the world, at a remarkably low cost. Without the cloud, the streaming services we use every day would be technologically and economically impossible. The second is big data and artificial intelligence. Subscription companies are data-gathering machines. They track every click, every play, every search, and every preference. This mountain of data is fed into AI algorithms to create deeply personalized experiences, like Spotify's Discover Weekly playlist or Netflix's recommendation engine. This personalization keeps users engaged and reduces churn, the rate at which customers cancel. Finally, frictionless payments. The rise of digital payment platforms like Stripe and Adyen has made managing millions of tiny, recurring billing cycles incredibly simple. The set-it-and-forget-it nature of modern subscription payments is the invisible backbone that makes the entire economic model work so smoothly. So let's connect the dots. Businesses are racing to adopt this model because it provides a predictable, recurring stream of revenue and builds more valuable customer relationships. Consumers are embracing it because it offers convenience, flexibility, and a lower upfront cost, freeing them from the burdens of ownership. And the technology of the last 2 decades, the cloud, data analytics, and digital payments, has made it all possible at a global scale. And that is the secret. The subscription economy represents a fundamental redefinition of what a product is. A product is no longer a static object or a piece of property that is sold. A product is now a continuous, evolving relationship that is serviced. The entire focus of a business shifts from the short-term goal of the transaction to the long-term goal of the customer's success. The new objective is not just to sell you a thing one time, but to solve your problem, deliver an outcome, and provide value, forever, for a monthly fee. If this idea is making you reevaluate your monthly budget, you can access more of our strategy breakdowns by hitting that subscribe button. It's a one-time click, not a recurring fee. The true brilliance of this model is how it aligns the incentives of the company with the incentives of the customer. To keep you paying your subscription, a company must keep you happy. They are forced to constantly innovate, add new features, and improve their service. In the old transactional world, once a company had your money, their incentive to please you dropped dramatically. In the subscription economy, they have to re-earn your business every single month. The broader business principle here is the final step in the evolution from a product-based economy to an outcome-based economy. Ultimately, customers don't want to buy products. They want to achieve outcomes. They don't want to own a car, they want to get from point A to point B. They don't want to own a complex piece of software, they want to create a beautiful design. The subscription model is simply the most efficient and customer-centric way ever invented to sell an outcome instead of an asset. If you learn something new, hit the like button and subscribe for more strategy breakdowns. And let us know in the comments, what company's strategy should we unlock next?